This is going to be a change up. Now the Hardball debate. Last week, showman Roy Horn of the famous Vegas act Siegfried Roy was attacked on stage by one of his 550-pound white Bengal tigers. Roy is fighting for his life right now. But what should we do about shows featuring big cats and other wild animals? Here's Hardball correspondent David Schuster.
By their nature, tigers are powerful predatory animals. That means they are natural hunters who can kill their prey quickly. They are also considered the most difficult cats to train. They are more antisocial than lions, more unpredictable than cheetahs, and show no signs of irritation before turning aggressive or attacking. For years, Siegfried and Roy described their show on the Vegas Strip as part of a conservation effort to save tigers from extinction. The danger, said their manager, was just an illusion.
Over 44 years, Siegfried and Roy have performed to perhaps as many as something close to 50 million people live, and never an incident, never a scratch.
But last weekend, something went terribly wrong. Roy was mauled and dragged off stage, where it took 4 men and a fire extinguisher to pull the tiger off of him. According to zookeepers, an incident like this was inevitable.
There's an old saying that says you can take an animal out of the wild, but you can never take the wild out of the animal.
And animal rights groups contend that most shows mistreat animals to try and keep them in line. Furthermore, the groups believe spectacles like this inspire some people to consider exotic animals as a potential household pet. The Humane Society estimates nearly 1 million exotic animals, including 10,000 tigers, are being kept as pets in the United States. Just outside Toledo, Ohio, Kenny Hetrick has his own wild kingdom of more than 30 exotic beasts, including lions, tigers, and even a bear.
Every animal I have here has been bottle fed in the house as babies. That's the only way you can do this. That's the only way you can do this and halfway trust them.
But even the best of amateurs say that with wild animals, there is no such thing as complete trust. So the question is, should animal shows be banned, or are they a good way to entertain and educate the public? I'm David Schuster for Hardball in Los Angeles.
Jeff Watson's a grizzly bear trainer, and Bruce Friedrich is with the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, known as PETA. Let me go to Bruce. What's the problem here? Should we not have tiger acts in Vegas?
It's absurd, Chris, to take these wild animals and then force them to perform in front of these audiences with the bright lights, with the music blaring. Everybody agrees, everybody from the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums to my group, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. I reviewed all of the literature on this, couldn't find one person who was a veterinarian or a wildlife biologist who didn't say 2 things. It's cruel to deny these animals everything that's natural to them and to force them to do these stupid things that they don't understand. And 2, it puts people's lives in jeopardy. So absolutely, the USDA, the take-home message is ban these acts. For people watching, the take-home message is if you go to these acts, circuses like Ringling, as well as these, Las Vegas shows, you're supporting cruelty to animals and you're putting your family and yourself in jeopardy.
Jeff Watson, your view?
Well, I guess he's wrong because not everybody agrees with what he's saying, or 50 million people wouldn't have went to see Siegfried Roy over the last 30-plus years. I don't think you'd have 1.3 million people going to the Columbus Zoo annually if they were opposed to seeing animals in captivity. The Ringling Brothers has over 10 million people a year, so not everybody agrees with Bruce, even though he says they do.
Well, the wildlife biologists agree with us, and the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and everybody in the humane community agrees that to take an animal who would normally have a range of 400 square miles, an animal who is normally solitary, and to coop these animals together with other animals, to force them by beating them. I would encourage people to check out circuses.com on the web, circuses.com, or PETA.org.
Well, let me ask you, Jeff, you get in here, but I just want to ask a question. One thing you notice watching these tiger acts all these years, thousands and thousands of performances in the exact terrain you described. Bright lights, big crowds, lots of noise. Nothing happens. They seem calm as the devil. So why does that happen? Why are they so calm if they're so angry?
Well, it's like domestic abuse. It's like child abuse.
The Bruce
You
show.
have an oppressor, and you have someone who's oppressed. The animal is oppressed, and like the director of the National Zoo here,
I've got to interject something.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I've got to interject something here. It's conditioning. You can't label everybody with the same broad stroke of the brush. For example, there are people who abuse their kids, but not everybody who has kids abuses their kids. And there are definitely are cases, and have been cases, of animal abuse with dogs, cats, domesticated animals, wild animals. But not everybody abuses their animals.
You can't take a wild animal like a tiger.
Let's be particular here. Do you think Siegfried and Roy, do you have evidence that Siegfried and Roy abuse their tigers.
Escalator 2000, Roy said that you have to use a stick. Roy said it. Everybody understands that it's true. We went undercover at Tiger's Eye Production, and we documented it. People can watch these animals being abused at circuses.com. It is cruelty. It puts your life in jeopardy, your family's life in jeopardy. Humane people in the humane community
let's address one thing. You're all over the map here, Bruce. Let's stick with one thing. The question was originally...
It's two things. It's cruel, and it puts your life in jeopardy. Two things.
I'm going to eat a steak dinner after this show. You think that's cruel? What the hell's that got to do with the Tiger Act and the incident that happened with Roy Horn on Friday night? So that, you could argue against hunters, you'll argue against circuses, you argue against McDonald's. Let's stick to what happened Friday night. Should these animals be used? The bright lights, the reason they're acclimated to the bright lights is it's conditioning. You can say tranquilizers, you can say abuse, you can say beatings. It's conditioning.
Jeff, you don't take alpha animals and get them to do these stupid things they don't understand.
Don't tell me my business. Don't tell me my business.
I documentation of animals who go wild. 13 people killed, Bruce. More than 50.
Okay, let's give Jeff a chance here. Jeff, you train. Tell me what you know that he doesn't know. Talk about training bears.
I shoved my head in a 1,200-pound Kodiak bear's mouth. What the hell do you do, Bruce? I think you shove your nose in other people's business. Jeff. That's what you do. You shove your nose in other people's business.
Let me get to some of your points. First of all, let's pick one issue. What's the big issue you're here for? It's to protect the animals, not to protect the people, right?
It's to protect.
No. Because there's circus acts. The nature of a circus act, in almost every case, except for juggling, high wire acts, all kinds of things, race car driving, boxing. It's all based on an element of risk and danger. That's why people go. Well, why would you go to a Tiger Act that wasn't based on some danger?
It shouldn't be risk and danger for the people who are attending, for the audience.
I agree with you, Bruce.
People like the zookeeper at the National Zoo and the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums.
Since 1990, 10 human beings have been killed by tigers, 2 by lions. Those 10 tigers, were they the trainers that were killed?
I'm not sure, but I can tell you that the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the director of the National Zoo says it's pure luck that tiger didn't leap into the audience and rip those animals limb from limb.
Should we have tigers in zoos?
No, we shouldn't have tigers in zoos. In the latest issue of Nature magazine, the esteemed journal...
Should we have monkeys in zoos? Should we have monkeys in zoos?
These are wild
animals. Yes or
animals.
No? Should we have monkeys?
No, they're wild animals. They belong in the wild.
Should we have snakes in zoos?
Chris, they're wild animals.
Should we have zoos?
They belong in the wild.
I'm just trying to get how far back you go. Or should we have zoos?
Some zoos are doing very good work, and these are like the Detroit Zoo.
Let me address some of these issues.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Not selling their animals to vivisection laboratories.
There are so many animal trainers out there, and everybody handles their animals differently. There are clear cases of abuse. Should we have Tiger Acts? Sure, we should have Tiger Acts. People want to see Tiger Acts. Give them to them. Should the animals be abused to perform? No.
People want to see people, beating one another, ripping other people limb from limb.
Your time is up, Bruce. Jeff,
I truly think that we need to concentrate on the safety of the animal and the safety of the public. Those are my main concerns. Don't abuse the animals, but the people do want to see them, but we should ensure their safety. The USDA, their Animal Plant Health Inspection Service, has federal guidelines. They enforce the Animal Welfare Act. They have strict guidelines to ensure the safety of the public and ensure the safety of the animal. If somebody's dropped the ball somewhere, we need to look into that. But as far as Bruce saying that nobody wants to see this, everybody's in agreement. Not everybody's in agreement, Bruce. This is America. We don't agree on everything. You know that.
All wildlife biologists. It's true. Everybody from my group, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, right down to the American Association of Veterinarians and Aquariums, agrees that you're putting your health in jeopardy and the animals.
If I were down, I'd rather spend a night in Vegas than spend all day pulling a plow on some farm. Anyway, that's just my theory of life. Anyway, Jeff, thanks a lot, Bruce. Thanks. It's a great argument. It's an American argument. Coming up, much more on this topic as Lisa Ling hosts a special edition of MSNBC Reports, Animal Attacks. Join us again tomorrow night at 7 Eastern for more Hardball. See you then.